The average worker works 40 hours a week. On top of that, you've got an extra 10 hours a week of just travelling, and then you have to wind down after work. You actually have to spend a lot of money to get the work out of you, or to use an Egyptian phrase, to get the war out of you. Now, every worker should know that at least 20% of the wages are taken off them through the threat of violence, which is taxes. And you see that and go, well, maybe 20% is okay. But what most people aren't aware of is that there are still taxes, and to which you're talking about at least 52%, and depending on how you spend your money, 60 to 70% of your wealth is actually being taken in taxes. Now, some people might say, well, I don't mind paying 50 to 60% of my wealth in taxes. I review that to be a good buy. Fair enough to you. It is up to you to show me the stats and to make your argument. I don't know, at least 600,000 other people have decided, no, it's not worth it. The money isn't worth it. One popular example I'm going to give is the betting at the banks. So, why am I a libertarian and not, let's say, any other radical form of thought, such as a communist or someone who follows the Zika? Because they're the three kind of like there's about four radical things you could be to oppose the system. I'd be a socialist, supporting the Venus Project, a free man, or a libertarian. Now, the reason why I'm a libertarian: on a Friday, I'm exhausted from work. I'm absolutely exhausted. I can't properly enjoy my Friday evening, even though I don't have to do anything, because my body is too sore. But at least I can go to sleep and wake up knowing that I've got Saturday to do something I enjoy. And however, wake up on a Saturday, no matter what time it is, I still have other stuff to do, because living is more just working and playing. You still have to do chores around the house. So you get your Saturday evening. On a Sunday afternoon you could do a sport, but you can't really enjoy your Sunday evening knowing that you do have to go to bed at some point because you have to go to work the next day. So Saturday evening is the only time of the week where you get to be yourself. So why am I specifically a libertarian? Well, what do I like to enjoy in my spare time? The rest of the week is given to the system. And what do I enjoy in my spare time? Last Saturday, I went down to an art gallery that was converted into a social gathering. There was a DJ playing. There was 15 different kinds of tea. I love tea. I have 20 different kinds of tea, lots of different kinds of tea, and they had 15. That quite satisfied in the selection of teas I had. You could have a apple and ginger tea, rooibos and caramel tea, chamomile mint tea, green teas, and all different kinds of teas, different kinds of cake. You could play Jenga. People were drawing. There was a massage, and it was an alcohol-free event, because I haven't drank in over a year and a half. I don't smoke and I don't do drugs, and so the only thing I like to do in my spare time is chill out and drink tea and listen to some tunes. And I quite like going to alcohol-free events because women there, different to every other venue in the country, smell like they've washed that day. And one of the funny consequences of not drinking is that when you don't have blurry vision, you can read. One of the consequences of not drinking is being interesting to talk to, unlike the consequences of drinking beer. Now, what happened after a half an hour of being in an establishment and having one tea and danced to about 4 songs? The police come and close it down because we're being too loud in the city centre. The city centre of Dublin. Did you close the bars beside us for being too loud? No. I bet you not a single person spilled a cup of tea in this place. And they closed it down. First thing I heard them say was because they're too loud. Second thing I heard them say was they're actually confused about the licensing of, because it looks like a nightclub, but it's not a nightclub, because you get a nightclub license so you can serve alcohol until 3 AM. But obviously, if you're not serving alcohol, you're just a place that serves tea and has music, and that doesn't really make sense why you'd have an art gallery have a a nightclub license when it's not a nightclub and it's not serving alcohol. I mean, the licensing doesn't really make any sense. And fair enough, the guards, right, yeah, we don't understand the licensing. Either do we. I'm not a lawyer. I don't think I should have to hire a lawyer to know every single thing I'm doing is illegal, or do I need a license for it? So this is why I'm a libertarian. I don't think we need all these health and safety rules, because I'm an adult and I should get to choose how I spend my time, which is drinking tea, listening to music, and having some conversations with people about who am I, what is my true self, and that sort of thing. But yet everyone else gets to drink, and I'm not allowed to drink tea. I mean, that doesn't make a lick of sense. About over 90 years ago, 94 years ago, the British were in charge, and guess what they used to do? They used to get these tanks and they used to shoot into crowds, fire grenades. They went into a sports stadium, Croke Park, and killed loads of people. And people went, geez, that's a really bad thing. Do you know what we should do? We should form a government and stop things like this. And I would have back then I went, that's a very practical, sensible thing to think of. Tyranny. Let's get rid of tyranny. And we got rid of that tyranny. And things were pretty bad because there was a civil war. And then, whatever, at least we kicked out the British. Hooray for that. What happened within a space? What happened 10 years later? Well, they banned homosexuality, they banned marijuana, they banned divorce, they banned jazz music, they banned prostitution, all within 1 year. And they started bringing in all the welfare, and then they started bringing all the regulations, regulating gambling, censoring things. You can't have pornography, you can't have sex. It's like, dudes, we created you to stop tyranny and not make a softer kind of tyranny. Like, why do you exist? And, I'm a libertarian. I want the government to preferably not be there, but if there's other people who want to put a government on top of me, I will pay someone to not have people put governments on top of me, if that makes sense. And why can't just let us be? I just want to drink my tea, and now it's a Monday, and I didn't get my evening to relax. I'm just going to be wound up, crankier and crankier all week. Just because so went, well, what if there was a fire? There was one fire in the history of the country that killed people. That was sad, but it's not really a justification of all the insane amount of rules that we have. Because we are turning into a giant prison island, and people, young people are emigrating. Why are people emigrating? Because when we work we get taxed too much, and they keep trying to chuck us in prison for trying to relax. I mean, it doesn't... I mean, like, I accept the fact that we're marching further and further down the road to serve for them, but I'm not happy about it, and I will continue to say I am not happy about it. I might not be able to win, we will maybe never ever in our life see liberty, but I will always say I am as mad as hell, and I'm going to try not to take it anymore.